Hi, I'm Frank Ritchie. I'm the author of several books about catering, the New York Mafia, Brooklyn Mafia specifically. My first book was Catering to the Mob, growing up in Bed Beach. I grew up in Bed Beach. My grandfather bought the house in 1902 for $3,500, and last year it sold for $1.7 million. That's called inflation. Okay, on the cover of my book we have Joey Colombo, Paulie Castellano, and Carlo Gambino, and a few others that came as regular customers to the Via Appia, which is the Appian Way in Rome. Okay. We had a situation where we used to cater jobs to the Knights of Columbus, Knights of Pythias, VFW halls, all kinds of situations where they had an empty hall and we would bring the food, we would bring the china, the silverware, the glassware, and we would provide the waiters and the cooks in the kitchen to push out the food. So it was a big deal, and it required a lot of timing. You know, we had to make sure everybody was there on time. So the story I'm going to tell you is funny, but at the same time I almost got killed. So here's what happened. This wise guy shows up at my restaurant with a pinky ring, an open shirt, with a gold chain and a cross. And he was an over-the-hill guy. His days in the Mafia were a long time before. So he says to me, yeah, you know, he says, my daughter's getting married, and I want to do a party at the VFW Hall in Canarsie. I'm saying to myself, the VFW Hall in Canarsie? I mean, Canarsie at the time, in the 1960s, wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like living on Toad Hill and Staten Island. I says, okay. I said, well, how many people are you going to have? He says, well, we're going to have maybe 150, 100, 200. I said, well, no. You can't give me 150 or 200. I got to know pretty close to what the real number is. I got to make sure we have enough food. So he said, but let me tell you something right now. He says, I don't want to make a Malaviguda. I said, don't worry about the Malaviguda. There'll be no Malaviguda. You're going to be in fine shape. I said, we do these all the time. So I said to myself, I got to calm this guy down somehow. So I said, listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. As a gift, we're going to give you a turkey on the frame for your party. And everybody's going to be very impressed. Now, a turkey on a frame, we get a large turkey, 25-pound turkey. We cook it slowly. We baste it with a kitchen bouquet to give the skin a nice brown color. We cut the turkey, put it back on the frame. That's why it's called turkey on a frame. And then put the skin back on. And the turkey looks like its original shape, but it's cooked. And then we put pineapples and cherries and dress it up. So I said to the guy, we're going to put the turkey on the frame in the middle of the buffet table so everybody will see it. You're going to look like big time when they see it, because most people don't know how to do the turkey on the frame. I said, it's going to be a nice party. So we get to the Knights of Columbus, not the Knights of Columbus, we get to the Canarsie VFW Hall, and it was really a crappy, broken down, terrible looking place. It hadn't been painted in years. So what we used to do, every time we got to a catering hall, especially the Knights of Columbus in Brooklyn where we had the office, we used to turn the ovens on, get the ovens nice and hot, and then put the food in the oven with aluminum foil and get them hot, and then put them out on the dining room, on the dining room, in chafing dishes with the Stenos. It was just a routine that we had. So we get to this broken down place, and Johnny was one of my Italian cooks. He's a very talented kid. He turned the oven on in the kitchen of this VFW home, and everything's moving along. So I checked the oven, and the oven is cold. I said to myself, well, Johnny forgot to turn the oven on. So I'm in a suit and tie, a very expensive suit, with a silk tie and the whole thing. So I get down on my haunches, I light a match, I stick it in the oven, and the oven blows up. Johnny had turned it on, but there was no pilot light. So when he turned it on, the oven filled up with gas. I put the match in there. The thing exploded. It threw me literally across the room. I hit the wall on the other side. I hit my head. I burnt my eyebrows and my eyelashes. And I thought I was going to die. I mean, I thought that was it. So I tried to make myself presentable, wash my face, and hoping that my hair didn't fall out. And they're delivering the food. We're on the second floor, and I'm looking out the window as they're taking the food off the truck and bringing it into downstairs and then bring it up the steps. There's no elevator. I'm looking out the window, and the night before it snowed. It was wintertime in New York, and the walkway from the sidewalk to the building had evidently snow on it that melted and then it froze. So the ice on the walkway was very slippery. So I said, be careful when you're walking on the sidewalk. It's very slippery. No sooner did I say that, Richie, the same guy that didn't do the delivery for Mrs. LaRussa, he's got the turkey like this and he's walking. He slips on the ice. He throws the turkey up in the air. The turkey was flying up in the air, comes down, hits the sidewalk, and falls apart. Of course, it was already pre-cut. So there's turkey meat all over the place. I said to myself, oh my God, what am I going to do now? So I said, I pick everything up, throw it in the garbage pail, and we started the party. About a half hour into the party, the wise guy with the pinky ring and the gold chain, he says, I don't see the turkey on the frame. I said to him, you're right. I said, they were delivering the turkey on the frame, and he slipped on the ice. The turkey flew up in the air. The turkey was going to heaven. I said, and there's no turkey on the frame. I thought the guy was going to take a gun out and shoot me. I ran in the kitchen. I said to my partner, Jack, we don't have a turkey on the frame. What the hell are we going to do? He said, all right, tell him that we have no turkey on the frame because the kid tripped and slipped on the ice. We'll make a turkey on the frame. We'll send it to his house tomorrow. He wasn't satisfied with that. So he wanted to come in the kitchen and confront Jack, the chef, and me. So what we did, we ran into the walk-in box in the kitchen in this broken down catering hall. And everybody said, and Mr. Ritchie and Jack went home. They had another catering shop. So the next day, we got a friend of ours, his name was Fat Caesar, a big fat thing, he weighed about 350 pounds. I said, do me a favor, deliver the turkey to this guy in Canarsie and tell him this is compliments of the Via Appia and we're sorry about what happened last night. And that's my story. I hope you like it. It's not really, it's a true story, but it was kind of funny. Not at the time it happened, in retrospect. So don't forget, this is my book. You can buy it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. This is my second book. It's called Respect. Fear Has No Rival. And this is my third book, Bath Beach, Mafia Merchants of Death. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and we have a cookbook coming out pretty soon. How to cook a gourmet meal in 30 minutes. Arrivederci.